Hey music teachers, if you have an administrator or evaluator who has no musical training and does not understand how you're assessing your students, this is the video for you. Administrators and non-musical teachers are taught to assess based on data, but many people who don't have musical training don't understand all the data that we can hear. So when they see us assessing student performance based off just their performance and no written or tangible evidence, they think that we're not doing the job. But here's the thing. We, as musicians, have been doing this since we were 10 years old or younger in some cases. And to them, what they think is, well, they're just judging, does it sound good or bad? And that's it. But they don't understand all of the data that we're collecting orally. So with that in mind, this is your administrator translation guide that you can use as a pre-evaluation tool, or just anytime you want to talk to your administrator about your assessment process for student performance. I'm going to cover a couple of documents that I would make up quick and bring in to me with my administrator in, say, a pre-evaluation meeting that would help guide a conversation between the two of us on what I'm assessing, what I'm listening for, and how I use those tools to guide my feedback for formative assessment. If you get through this video and you'd like to take a closer look at the documents that I am going to put up here in a second, they're available on my recent blog post at the Take Note blog for Sheet Music Plus. I'll put the link in the bio. So the first thing that I'm going to put up here is a page out of a band score that I would be teaching. You can of course use this for orchestra and choral scores as well. This is a page from Michael Sweeney's grade 1.5 masterpiece, Celtic Air and Dance No. 2. And this is a piece that I taught several times, and remember to keep it simple. All you need is one page. You do not need to go through the full score and do this. And all you need is a copy of a page and a couple of colored pencils. So on this one page, I have gone through and circled every single thing that I'm going to be listening for in rehearsal. So we're talking about tempo and dynamic changes, key signature issues or pitches that I think will be forgotten or may need reteaching. We're talking about melodies that need to pop out or things that need to fade into the background for balance issues. Anything that I'll be listening for my group, I mark it on the score. Then I'm going to go through and create a key for my administrator that we will use to guide this conversation. So here on these yellow markings, this is what I'm going to be looking and listening for. Are they doing this specific skill or does it need improvement? And the purple markings, are they doing this specific thing or do I need to reteach? Now, this seems all obvious to us as music teachers. We're like, yes, this is what we do every day. But in the eyes of an administrator who does not understand how to play music, this is kind of revolutionary information. They always just think, oh, does it sound good? Doesn't it sound good? And that's what you're giving feedback on. But they don't realize this laundry list of things that we are listening for every single day and teaching and reteaching. This can also give them a little bit of a vocabulary background. So if they come in and they're observing your classroom, they're not hearing all these words and going, what is this? What is this? They can kind of get a good basic background knowledge so that they understand a little bit more about what's happening in your classroom. The one thing I'll stress is to keep it simple. They do not need an in-depth explanation of every single thing you're assessing. They just need a broad overview so that they have a good background knowledge. That's also why I just recommend one score page. They do not need the whole thing. That will be overwhelming, but they will be able to kind of extrapolate from there what you're doing for the rest of the rehearsal. Better understanding what's all happening in your classroom can have a big impact on how your administrators view and value your program. So look at this as an advocacy tool as well. If you have more translation tools for administrators with no musical background, I would love to hear about them in the comments. And once again, if you want to take a closer look at the resources that I put up in this video, you can check them out at blog.sheetmusicplus.com. Link in the bio. Catch you next time.